Barbados. This tropical paradise is best known for its picturesque beaches, thriving crop-over festival, and welcoming citizens. When outsiders think of Barbados, they think of the ideal vacation destination. Many don't know, however, that it is home to a growing skateboarding scene. Originally brought to the island by foreign surfers, skateboarding and the community surrounding it is driven by a group of enthusiastic athletes who has been seeing a level of growth that is unprecedented for the island.
A little over 10 years ago, it already started from a conversation with my friend while I was going to university. Like just things to do in Barbados, besides the typical stuff or whatever. And at some point during the conversation, we were talking about skateboarding. I don't remember how that started, but then he told me about some guys that used to skate just down the hill, just down the road from UE. So he took me down there. We went on there together, and the guys were actually there too skating. He gave me his board, and he also gave me some safety gear. He gave me a helmet and wrist guards and stuff like that. The first time I actually skated that stuff was at another skate spot, which was in Wanna-Car Plaza in Jackson. But yeah, so the same spot below UE at the bank, the parking lot at the bank. There was an incident there, unfortunately, that made the guys get kicked out. With this lady that I guess she wasn't trusting of the skaters out there. She was trying to reverse out of there or into the spot or something like that one day, and like they were actually trying to help her, but yeah, long story short, she ended up hitting her car, and funny enough, she ended up complaining to the bank, and like she actually blamed the skaters for that, which sucked, and that actually caused the skaters to get kicked from that spot. But then after that, we used to skate the spot in Wanna-Car Plaza, or the Adriana's complex. That's where I really started skating there, really, because at the bank, I would mostly come and just watch, really, and just be amazed. Rudy, I remember Rudy used to help me learn my ollies, and Martin too, and Kevin. Well, everybody used to help everybody, really. We started to build stuff. Guys would come out, like I would go after my classes at UE, and hell, there we would skate to like all hours of the night, early the next morning and stuff. Basically, that's where I just developed and started to learn everything. I actually like think about that all the time because there's so much stuff that you could like transfer from skating that place to just life in general, you know? Because in skateboarding, you literally have obstacles that you have to get over or around or through or whatever. Just like in life, there's obstacles that turn up in your way, you know, and you gotta find some way to get through it. And sometimes it might be kind of scary, just like in skating. You realize it's a lot mental in terms of getting over your fear of like approaching this obstacle or how to get around it or how to get over it, how to slide it or whatever. So like that kind of thinking like helps you in life too, because it's like, well, because then eventually you get over the obstacle in skating, and then you're like, child, I mean, like it wasn't really that bad actually. Like it was kind of on my head, you know. But just that mental hurdle of like actually going and trying it and seeing that it's possible. You got all sorts of obstacles in life that might seem scary initially, but it's like you could actually get this shit done. Like you just have to like just go. You probably will fall or fail or whatever, but I mean, like, that's like, you're not dead. You know, but did you die though, you know?
Paul Wilson, 45 years old. I would say he's the head honcho guy for the whole Everyone squad. Went to school at St. James Secondary, but grew up in the Point, which is rare because I could have gone to Parkinson School, which was right on the opposite side of a wall I could have jumped over. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. I got into skateboarding at a pretty old age, like I think around 16, 17. And to make a story short, it was through Tony Holder. It was life changing, like most things that's ended up being someone's passion. It was through same guy Tony Holder passing through my neighborhood on his way to work, skateboarding. I came outside, saw the dude, and I was like, I definitely like to try that. Passed back another time, and I was like, I gotta try this. Ended up trying it, and then it ended up being a lifelong goal and passion and trials and tribulations. Challenges, well, for this era, as I mean, like Barbados, the Caribbean, or this hemisphere, is a lot of weird things where people would tell you shit like, well, what you trying to do a white man sport, or try to do something more conducive to like football, basketball, team sports kind of thing. I was into them things first because I used to play football for, a lot of people don't even know this, like I play football for Regents and I get called to trials, and that whole team thing, it was good and everything, you know, I built character and stuff, but then sometimes it get a little bit too much because a team has only got one captain, and to try to get the captaincy sometimes could be a bitch of a road, you know. And I was never that person to be like, I'm gonna try to break up this other man out so I could get the top or crab, what it's called, a crab in the barrel effect. But it's just been a lot kind of stupid talking, like a old bar. It's very old school in a lot of things. Yeah, just business got open up the minds to different things, you know. I grew to love it a lot more because of the people that got involved. Yeah, it bring a lot of youth, a lot of young entrepreneur type people. Like we got a teacher, we had a doctor, we had somebody that was that went to police. So it get real diverse, you know. The people that's based skateboarding on this rebel punk rock culture, you know, people smoking, drinking, partying. That's been everything regardless of it, you know, what's going on. But it's been good. I think in Barbados, people are starting to pay more attention to skateboarders, you know, as they see in movies, rap videos, and, you know, some of the icons wearing skateboard apparel and stuff. But it's definitely a big change, and it's heading towards a good future, and it's well on its way for sure. It teaches you a lot for trust, even with your friends, trusting other people, patience for sure, perseverance, a lot of qualities that could be missing in society right now. You know, just telling somebody just a real positive word or a series of words could change that person's life, because, you know, like, we cheer anything. If a man just do an ollie and he get off an ant, you're like, shh, man, freaking out on the outside. Like, why are you gonna cheer so much? And this man barely get off the ground. But it's that self-accomplishment that is meaning a lot. When you pat somebody back for something like that, especially in these things, it would carry you a long way, because more than likely, somebody would tell you something stupid and like, yo, you should break your foot, or man, let that boy go on there, crack, let me see. So, you know, it's what it is, but, you know, we kind of break them stereotypes right now. Yeah, it's definitely supporting each other, you know, and believing in that person.
A lot of sketchy stuff happened, like within the last year. Right, so the S spot would have been definitely another high point for skating, the skating here. And that was just a piece of like foundation for a building that we found, or a friend of one of ours found. That was in the back area of the Ministry of Agriculture. He saw the spot, and I guess he saw potential, and he was like, yo, you guys might be interested in using it. They actually came out there and checked it out, and it looked like a literal dump pretty much. There was a bunch of pipes, old equipment, like cement bags and stuff like that. Like all that stuff was like on the concrete part, but you could see that if all that got cleared away, then you'll have a nice, like, pretty decent size area to skate on that was smooth. Some guys came down and just got to work, like brought, some tools and stuff, started shoveling, moving what we could, digging on what we could. And then eventually, like, when you saw the initial garbage and sludge and stuff got moved off, like, you were like, whoa, like, this actually looks like it could got potential, So we cleared off a good set of the area and brought some obstacles that we had recently built. Right, so we brought our stuff there and left and put it there. And we just skated there, and it was working out pretty good actually. And that kind of became like a new spot from that point. But eventually, like, the spot just progressed, and then the talk of like us building like concrete obstacles instead of the wooden ones came up, and it was just talk for a little while, just ideas floating around for a while, because some people weren't sure about it, but eventually we started to build concrete things there. It's crazy because you learn a lot through that too. Like you're building stuff yourself, you're making this spot yourself, so that's like pretty good feeling, that you're building this and you're making this spot yourself with your own literal hands. So, all right, around early 2017, we finished our last project, which was the concrete bank, which, like, a lot of money was put into that, a lot of work, like a lot of skaters came out, a lot of people helped out. That was the biggest project at that point, and the most expensive at that point that we actually like did and got completed, and it like worked out like pretty good. Like, people from overseas came and were impressed with like the work that we basically did ourselves. Yeah, we got word that like everything that we built basically got demolished by the government, basically the people that ran the ministry there, because we did get permission. It's just that we didn't have it in written form, which was unfortunate on our part, but there's no way they could not have known. So that was just a very unfortunate situation, another low point in the state of skating here. And then ironically now the spot became a kind of a dump again, because all the stuff they demolished, they just dumped right there in the gully next to the spot. Yeah, it's been like definitely a long journey. It's definitely been a long journey. He's trolling me though. All right, in terms of the community, like, I want to see it grow for sure. I want to see like more kids, more people coming out and skating, and just getting those vibes up, and like more events, more skating events. Like, I want to see more people skating along the streets, and just seeing more skating. Seeing more skaters. If you see, to the average non-skater Barbados, if you see skaters doing their thing, the tendency might be to want to see them fall and laugh or whatever, but give mention support. I laugh when my friends fall too sometimes. Honestly, it's kind of funny depending on how you fall too. But get some support. Like, try to see it as this strange thing that only white people do or Americans do or whatever. Like, it's honestly a worldwide thing.
I would like it to evolve that don't get me wrong, this may not be bad at that. When they hear skateboarding in Caribbean and Barbados, people don't jump and study Rihanna no more. Maybe study a Jonathan or a Karma or somebody else. There's those spaces for them people, but right now skateboarding is 2020. Every tech these next 10 years and try to do something different. It's a good thing regardless. We need it for sure, and it's time for change. Oh yeah, we supposed to be having a skate park thanks to the Maria Holder Memorial Trust in conjunction with the Minister of Sports and Youth and Culture. It's been going on for a long time behind the woodworks, through numerous people coming in and out, trying to get in a skateboarding association. And what these skateboard association would do is take charge of anything to do with skateboarding in Barbados, have a governing body with a voice to go to these government officials and say that, hey, we need to get this thing going. We've been not really looked upon the way we're supposed to looked upon. Don't wait till when good things start to happen to then jump the bandwagon, because then when we take chances, we don't know if we just jump there and see this wild set of stairs, if we jump out and got nails at the bottom, we still take that chance and they could do the same. And we young, there's always got this thing with all the young people ain't got no vision. They got vision, they just don't have a way to get this vision home. They don't, somewhere I think that's a good idea. Let me just try to run with this and help this person get this thing fulfilled. My role at this point in time now it's official. I'm the proposed president of that association. I guess my role is to make sure that skateboarders are treated with respect and to just keep doing what I was doing for the umpteenth years of skateboarding, just making sure that it's well represented. Kids, they can start a whole new life from something as simple as a skateboarder. So when people study in Barbados, listen, Tony Hawk started on a skateboard and ended as an icon from skateboarding. It's probably one of the happiest people, because when Tony Hawk said, "What's your job today?" He's like, "Alright, just gotta grab my skateboard and go and skate," and that's it. Start supporting these kids, because skateboarding could change a lot of things for us. But I would just say that I was Bajan, just be very open-minded. This is something that if you or when you try to even just do the simplest thing as stand on a skateboard, you would understand when the next time you see somebody pushing on a skateboard, jump that says skateboard, flips that says skateboard, land, and that smile when they roll away and give you a thumbs up, you gotta seriously think about that, because he ain't just learned that 2 days ago. That's months, years, falls, bruises, like bus fare, all types of things just to get that one maneuver. Is just be open-minded. Try to say something more positive than just the first negative that come to your mind. We passed them times already, for sure.